This guy's... Man, you are thin. Come on, give him the tube with the ball.
Give him the ball with...
This guy's got it. He's got it. So we've got... The first thing here is Florida water. Okay.
They both are good for cutting and clearing away negative energies.
This is tasty
They also are
so
good
far.
for purifying and deflecting the evil eye. A little rosemary for warding off evil. Money drawing is a spicy herb.
They love cinnamon and they love money. And cloves and cinnamon become a thing. That's like how you get... You got to burn that stuff together.
Okay.
And that's how you get money. Now, okay, I'll just like tell you straight up that like this started early in the 1800s as like cologne because these things smell nice.
Yeah.
And they just put all the nice smelling things in a jar with some alcohol. And then it got used somewhere along the way. It got used for like spiritual things like really quick, especially like in the South.
For positive energy. A little
There you go.
lemongrass to jinx remove.
Gotta get
purify the
them
mind,
dollar
and protect
bills.
from the evil eye. And a little Palo Santo for spiritual healing. And some fresh rose petals, which symbolize protection from the evil eye and to remove any cross sections. And next, I'm adding vodka to preserve the herbs.
That's... Yeah, so that's not... This is... We're not gonna skip a thing as well. That gets... Kind of like how, you know, Santa Maria, like in Santa Muerte, like it's like... prayer is absolutely involved here. And the word of God is twisted over and over and over and over, and we'll see that here.
Okay.
I usually let
Past red brick every day without realizing they're walking past one of the oldest forms of protection magic in the world. In Southern folklore, red brick dust isn't just construction material, it's spiritual armor, and it's been used for generations to keep out evil, bad luck, and unwanted spirits. Back in the day, folk would grind up pieces of old red brick, usually from a church, courthouse, or even a bank, and turn it into a fine powder.
Like
Law,
front door.
law, money,
it-
and religion.
Yeah. There's definitely now. There's also a Buddha, you know, behind this. This person's like diving
Lost.
into all sorts of theology here. Yeah. You know, in a sense, though, this person can find salvation.
So together, it's like
People are out here smashing up bricks into powder. You know, be it what they think that brick is from a church or a building that has significance or authority.
Yeah.
You know, using this powder to, you know, sort of protect them from something. I don't know.
Okay. To allow yourself to remember who you are, you can adorn it
Remember
with
who
the
you are.
elements, with your ancestors.
Ancestors.
And that is your point of reference. You know, that's a sanctuary temple. Placing
Wow, we can do this too. Ready? Some of you have an altar in your house, and it really shows.
Don't wear the ring of Remphan. Don't bring 72 demons deep into your life. Christ
Amen.
will bring you closer to salvation.
See about this, but you know, we pulled this up in the last video. We saw Salma Hayek with her altar, and we saw Lipto. Right? You'll find altars. So like, as old as it goes, bread, wine, okay, and they eat and consume that object, and that is what gives them the power of their god. This is old. This is very, very old. In a blue Yeti mic telling me to make an altar in my house to bring money into my... So what am I going to put into this altar? Let's see what she puts in the altar. Elements, flowers, money, things that make you happy with your ancestors. We see Salma Hayek, you know, go and put pictures of your abuela, get a Corona, get L. Ron Hubbard, your favorite Scientology science fiction writer, and put that all in an altar, okay? The altar, you are consecrate. You consecrate something, okay? Do their saging, you know?
Oh, yeah. I've seen them
Sage,
slapping that sage around.
Sage your house. We'll get into this. This does tie into Solomon. Solomon loved his symbols and sigils and stuff. As someone who reads the Bible, you know, I quickly learned that an altar was something that is for sacrifice, right?
Yes.
This is like a very old Hebrew, you know, sort of belief. They used to sacrifice perfect lambs from Bethlehem. Obviously, like we read that as Christians, we read that as Christ comes from Bethlehem. He's a perfect lamb. He never sinned. And so, his sacrifice was on the cross. We hold the belief that that's the final sacrifice. That was it. He said it. It was finished in John 19:30. You can see this a lot where I kind of take the verses apart and I show you how, Jesus spoke at. He doesn't want sacrifice. This is something he did not want. And he usually quoted the prophets to get his point across.
A lot of Christians will tell you, oh, altars are evil, but it's literally altars in every church. This is another reason why slavery was created. Churches, and if the people who run the world want to stay on top, which is the church, they would have to cipher a lot of spiritual energy. Jesus was not a Caucasian. Mary was not a Caucasian. So you have to ask yourself, who are you praying to? Of who? A lot of churches are ciphering some of the strongest spiritual people on earth. It's going to church praying to people that you think you know. If you don't really go and do your research, you won't realize that you're actually
Now,
he's kind of saying, don't pray to this altar, pray to my altar for money and love and power. Don't pray to the saints and stuff. Now, as an Orthodox, like if you think about it, like a really strict Orthodox or Catholic person probably has a setup like this in their house. I know like a lot of old like Italian, sort of like nonni that they've got they've got altars, man. If that's the case, like they've got, I'll throw up some pictures here.
Yeah, I saw an elderly Italian woman praying to a picture of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, I know, they're just absurd. Handle and stuff, right?
Yeah.
We see yellow and white. We're seeing opposing. Know the things that these people know. It's really clear to see. Now, this is not how we get closer to Jesus Christ. Okay, this is just not how we do it.
Add some water. Okay, we're gonna add some more water later. Okay, to stretch it out, and then add some little Florida water. You ain't gotta.
There's that Florida water. All right. Okay. Now they sell you Florida water. You can go and buy it on Amazon or something. And
Ingredients you can find out about on Patreon. Remember, wash from head to toe
There's
and
an
comment
ankh.
below on how you like it. Love you guys.
let's just stop right here. Read Psalms of my soul. Oh my God, in you I trust. Do not let me be ashamed. I do not let my enemies exalt over me. Now I have this sort of like, I don't know how they know how to do this, right? Don't know. I don't come from that. But
Oral tradition.
yeah, there you go. Someone else knows. And in my head, what we're doing, we're actually inverting.
Something else here. You're certainly not speaking or hearing the words of Christ. This is
And how we can move forward and what period blood is different in its sourcing in the way that it is the only blood not shed from
a lot of things then.
beauty.
So this period blood thing we'll definitely look at that. There's a video like that in a second.
Okay.
Pentagram has a lot of significance that we'll talk about, but I'm hereby declare that I'm earning blank per month. I am a magnet to money. Money flows with these. Now, I see this, right? And if you just take away the candles and the music, I would just think someone's just doing law of attraction.
Yeah.
Now, it comes down to this like thoughts are things idea as well, which is like the nicest house, the nicest car, the nicest, whatever. And that's now your idol.
Yeah. That's where your focus goes, isn't it?
So I'm not calling it witchcraft, but I'm definitely drawing that similarity because minus the candles and minus maybe a few spells that you're trying to do, what you're doing is still channeling energy, and you'll probably even use words like vibration and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And frequency, like these are type of words that
Money blockages, wholeness.
Money
Don't tell
blockages.
nobody I told you. But if you
She needs a colonic.
shove it and burn it to ash, it will remove all your money blockages, wholeness. Don't.
Oh, what? Look at the symbol.
Did you know that? She's doing little devil horns.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the time. So like to her, this is like a speaking spell. Unfortunately for her, she's got like rotting tongue in her sitting on her desk or whatever.
Yeah.
And then even the song is talking about speaking and stuff. Have a listen.
Glass, I'm speaking smooth, picking what I.
That's what they believe.
Witches, study this TikTok. It is an example of what makes a great magic ritual.
Yeah.
Petition. Yeah, she's called it a petition. But in this case, it's Same intention, petition.
what magic ritual, when done correctly, can do for you. Because magic ritual is supposed to be so ecstatic that it bypasses all the sort of like voices in your head and it goes straight into, hacks right into your subconscious.
Wow. Do we not just give a whole loaded, like, we'll pick one term and then it will mean like intersectionality.
Yes.
Okay. And it means a paragraph. It means, right?
There's power in that. You know, Marxist doctrine's full of the isms as well. And those words can be adapted to mean anything that you like. So therefore, those words be used to target people who you disagree with. Because each of the designers and practitioners of this arcane energy tapping thing that tarot is have their own language that they speak in. Crowley changed the name of multiple things to do with tarot, and also had his own designed cards.
You know, Crowley goes on to start Thelema and his business through the OTO. But the
Demons are it. Demons are perfect for that. I know a lot of people are going to be like, wait a second, that's not what I heard about demons. I heard that they're scary and they take your soul. But who told you that? Because unless they actually care about you living feminine energy life, I have a feeling that they were telling you things like,
okay,
Sigils of Solomon.
I have them lined up with the emojis here, obviously, because, well, I'm not leaving anything out.
No. The Sigils of Solomon are used to control demons, will often look like the desecration of your immortal soul. Whether you listen to me and you think, I don't know what this guy is talking about, what you have to actually give credit to is the fact that someone put enough effort into this to understand that there is 72 demons, to give them names, to give them archetypes, to give them, and you might say, yeah, that's just storytelling. But enough people take this seriously that they use it. So when it's not easily dismissed in the way that you can say, oh, well, this is pop culture, this is horror movies, this is whatever it is that you want to say it is.
It's irrelevant who wrote this stuff. It says that, right? And we have like what's known as pseudepigraphs, which are writings that are attributed to a figure because people wrote it, right?
Yeah.
Or this person wrote it. And so we have this, trust me. She
Yeah.
just showed you the sigils. She just showed it to you, right? So she's reading into that. Why is she reading into of the right demon?
Mm-hmm.
They can invoke whatever thing they're trying to invoke. What are you doing? What are
Yeah.
you so lost? Come back to Jesus.
Have you?
He's waiting for you. It's incredibly dense. You're right.
Yeah.
However, it's manifested to this point here where it's actually hiding so well behind culture. You know,
behind Sage, and I immediately tell them, do you even know like the origin behind Sage, how it works? Do you know what you're really doing when you burn that Sage?
Tell us a little bit, because baby, I don't always know the origin. Okay, so come
So a
give
lot
it
of
to
people
me.
think when you burn Sage, you're clearing the energy of clearing energies, but you're also invoking the dead to come in and protect you. Like I was telling my one client, when you burn that sage, true enough, you might be clearing your energy, your home and stuff.
The problem was actually when Christians do this type of thing. Right? That's actually the problem. So here's another video. She was also an ex-witch.
Just none of this would have touched him. But if you are not covered in the blood of Jesus, these are the impacts this would have had on you. So first I'm going to show you the video quickly, and then I'm going to break it down. Then we see what looks like her taking a piece of hair and then trying to string it onto Brad. Now she may have plucked that hair from him. I doubt that was her own hair. Or maybe she saw it on his jumper, and then you can actually speak curses onto somebody's hair and put it back onto them. Again, this would have been a form of ill health, bad luck. If you watch the video carefully, you can see the intent through her eyes, and she does mumble slightly as well. So she is actually doing witchcraft as she's doing. After this, she would have seen her do this near to Brad. This is called darting, and this is where you speak witchcraft into your hands and you dart the person with it.
That looks like how they clap nowadays, right?
I was just gonna say that, yeah. So
darting,
finger clap.
About how finger claps originated in the LGBTQ
So anything about the people we've seen their altar. I've shown you Salma Hayek's altar now. Now, to a person that is alone without Christ, right? Think about it. They have no like protection from this like type of force. We see this in culture. We see this trickling down to children doing 6-7 nonsense. We see
I see kids doing this, darting.
This is happening. This is happening, and it's happening through TikTok.
This is the message that you need to know.
I rebuke that in the name of Christ.
Manual thing there. You'll find this guy's name here. What we have is the thought path trickles down from Eliphas Levi, so famous for creating this image of the Baphomet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from it's in the book Transcendental Magic.
Regenerates by fire. He's the angels of peace. What the comet is to the mild stars of the springtime constellation. We don't have the typical Satan that you see, and it's represented again in this duality. The Tetragrammaton is the quote name of God, which stems from the Shem Mepharesh. Very, very true. Now, the Hermetic order is interesting because the Hermetic order isn't a fraternal order. It actually allowed women into the order, which is interesting because this lady, Pamela Coleman Smith, walks in. The two of them combine their sort of Hermetic Kabbalah knowledge, their Rosicrucianism, and I mean, look at their logo there. You could see dense with the planetary symbols and stuff. We see sigils like we just saw with Solomon. It's really, really hard to reconcile this in a Christian lens. We get the as above, so below, the macrocosm, microcosm. And this is evident in the cards. The cards are clear. That's what's scary.
Yes.
This is, and he just said, the only stipulation is just don't lie to yourself about what you're really doing and why you're doing it. And this brings me back to law of attraction. And this brings me back to like everything that like manifestation, vision board. Don't lie to yourself what you're doing, right? Because what you're doing is worshiping an idol. And you're channeling this energy. You're bringing this, you're manifesting a thought into a thing.
I kind of respect his honesty there, genuinely.
Yeah. I hate what he's done to the world, what they represent, and because they draw from the same stream of consciousness, right? The symbology they hit on is very unsettling. They talk about Baphomet, and they talk, like, we know Baphomet represents what it represents. Essentially, it's like sort of duality. It's the merging of these forces. There's a snake sort of caduceus that represents the like delivering message. A name they chose is the devil, which is again interesting, like the beast inside of the man type of thing. We see the mark on the hand. We see the mark on the forehead. We see a chain, which is kind of like a similar card. They have the lover's card, which is Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
But in this case, they're chained up, and she's chained up with a fruit. He's chained. His tail's made of fire. The chains are loose enough for them to leave. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's got a torch in his left hand. There's too much going on. Now, I think this is true. I think this belongs in the trash. Okay. I don't think any of this belongs to, like, I don't resonate with any of this.
No.
However, if you're doing tarot properly, according to Crowley and according to this guy here, you must channel what the energy of this card is giving.
Become it.
For the message to be conveyed to you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, many people don't understand what that means, but they are playing with, right? Like I said, they set the intention of the thing and they choose them. Now, today we have the medium of TikTok. In 1800s, they had cards like this. Even before that, they had Renaissance cards like that, which the aristocratic people played around with.
Yeah.
Okay. The people that were putting curses on each other, right? So you don't want to be doing this. You don't, if you're of the mind, right, where I'm not going to call you weak minded if you're doing tarot cards. However, I